Okay. Yeah, the footage you're watching currently. This is the Shelton Hills Model Railroad Club. This is what I go to. We're having open houses this winter very soon. So, my voice is low compared to let me figure that out. Cable for my microphone. Alright, let's try adding some gain to that microphone. I think that'll help. I'm annoyed by my mic boom stand. Excuse me. Sorry. Alright. I think it's gonna loop soon, so let me move it over to that. So hello, you can see me now. That's enough model train stuff. And let me move it over to City Skylines. 1 second. Okay, we'll see how this goes because, so part of the reason that it's in the title that the computer might crash is not because the game is making me crash. It's because my computer has just been struggling and it needs to be upgraded, and there's a problem with the motherboard, CPU, RAM, something. So, yes, good evening to you too. Let's see, where is video capture, game capture? Okay, there we go. All right. Thanks. This flag is New Jersey Transit Pride stuff, which is kind of the joke. Oops. Okay, we'll see how this runs. It should run okay. My computer, even though my computer is older, it's beefy enough to do this. So I have a game already loaded. So we'll go and do that one for now. I think that this game so far is at least pretty decent. It's one of those things where it's like, you can tell that after probably 5-6 months of extra stuff added and like mods and stuff, this will be really good. It's just frustrating at the moment because it's obviously just kind of missing some stuff. And just the mods are what make City Skylines good. But I mean, like, the base game like this is very good. I don't think it deserves as much shit as it's getting online. Because it's running fine for me. It runs between 30 and 40 FPS on, like, medium settings for me. And, like, I don't have that amazing of a computer. But yeah, they have some sort of, like, TGV derivative thing as the default trains in the game. They're like, they're like if you mix, like, a TGV with, like, an ICE 3 or something. But they're like double-deckers, so they're like the, forgetting the Atlantiques, I think is the double-decker TGVs. Oh, my computer definitely gets, motion blur seems to be killing your bitrate. I mean, that's just YouTube in general. It's not motion blur, that's just the game. Here, I mean, I have... let me also turn down the music. Game volume, or I could just turn on the game volume. Yeah, no, YouTube is probably killing the bitrate more than anything else. Looks like a double-decker SBB train. It does. The cab looks a little bit different. The cab looks more like a TGV. It's about the power car. Oh, well, I guess there is windows on the lower level there, so I don't know what they're going for, but I guess it's more like a commuter train or Stadler unit, but it's weird because it doesn't... Like, these windows, the lower windows on the power car, or at least I think this is a power car, that's weird. I mean, I just wouldn't have put windows and shit here, but sure. I guess that is possible. It's just a weird design. Yeah, I need to fix some of the turnouts here. I do like this game over the base game in City Skylines because the train and road tools are better. At least in my opinion, they are. The thing is that these are also going way too fast too, because in a modded version of the game, you can control the acceleration and braking times, and normally most people turn them down because the default game has like cartoonish accelerating and braking. Does the city default to creating a lot of parking lots? Yes, if you don't have public transit, and yes, there's multiple different. So like, if we go to zoning, there's 2 different types of zoning for businesses. It's not just one, and then there's many different zoning for housing, and if you go to like businesses and you go to low density business, this is low density business here, and it will auto generate parking lots. But if we go to somewhere where I have high density business enabled, which somewhere, yeah, these are high density right here. So like you can see your high density business is obviously taller and it doesn't have as much parking. But it's different. Roz was complaining on his stream about some of the buildings. I'm not a big architecture person, but like some of the things about these are kind of goofy, but for the most part I think the buildings look fine. How do the tools compare to Transport Fever 2? Transport Fever 2 will be better when it comes to rail like line building. I mean, that's a transportation game. So this is the map that I used in the Brightline Miami video. It's an archipelago, like kind of like barrier island thing. So it's supposed to be like Jersey or Florida or something. I wish I could get these to shut up, because like I like the Twitter aspect, or the tweeter I think it's called in game, but I wish you could slow it down at least a little bit. Otherwise, I think the game, like, I don't think the game should get as much shit as it was getting online. Like, I enjoy this a lot. Like, I was never like a super power user of like City Skylines. You can turn off notifications, gotcha. Why is mixed-use stores having problems with finding customers? There are massive demand for commercial. I'm not entirely sure. Not enough customers. Honestly, I probably just need more. Because probably what the problem is that a lot of this housing is new in here. And so there's probably a lot of new people that have moved in that just haven't gone to some of these stores yet. Or at least that's my guess. But I was not building any particular city. I was just trying to build something kind of quick. Oop. Oh, lag spikes. Why? But we'll build this out a little bit. But you can see, like, the railway station's too big. Yes, I agree. That will probably be fixed with mods again. But, like, it's annoying that, like, the default train station is too... Yeah, it's too big in my opinion also. The funny part is you can actually make it bigger. That's the funny part. Do they have 4 wide railroad right-of-ways? No, I don't think so. They have single track and double track. They do have a 2-way single track, which is nice. That by default adds so much more to the game. So the weird part about the 2-way train track is that you have to... It automatically acts as one single block. So if you have a majority single track line, you need to make sure that you have like sufficient passing areas because the trains will not schedule correctly and they'll wait at the end of it for the other one. Which I guess is, unless you have a more complex signaling system, you can't really do anything else. Yeah, you can sort of build a 4-track main in this game using the single track directional ones, but like it's still frustrating that it will probably be easier to implement because it seems like the tools for this game are a lot better than the last one because like I said, even though this is not like the super amazing game that we want it to be, I think that like what this builds on is better than the original one. The problem is that like the mod support isn't there right now. So like, is it really worth it to buy it currently? Debatable. Like I would probably wait for a sale or till like mod support gets like full support and then you're good. Cause it's coming. The developers have told us this. I mean, when I worked, when I did the video with the sponsorship with this, I was able to talk with a bunch of Paradox people, and they're very nice. And they had like a little Discord for the creators that got early access, and they took our feedback on a lot of the stuff, which was nice. But obviously, people, even the creators, are still a little frustrated with it. Let's see, please do a live stream Saturday night about nothing everything you did last month. About nothing everything. Okay, yeah, no, I will definitely do that. Let's see, let me open up my phone so I can do this easily. Let me, where is... Because I think I have this game running in Windows, so I can tab out of it really easily, right? Or at least that's what I was doing. Graphics. Cursor mode, find in the window. Where is... Full screen windowed. I thought I had that... Alright, will this crash my computer if I do this? No, it didn't. Alright. Oh, a FreeSync is going wild. Is it gonna live? Okay. Okay, that did not affect graphics at all. That's great. And now I can tab out probably easier. Yes, I can. Oh, you like that. You gotta catch up with chat. Station really want underground rail station distance, realistic rates. Watching the polls for election day, particularly the one... I'm gonna look at it in a sec, the Cincinnati poll. Someone actually sent me or tagged me in, or actually, let me pull that up before I forget. 1 second. Hopefully opening... Gotta open Twitter and look. Someone... There it is. Is it in yet? Okay, let me shift to browser 1 second. Okay, so this is an election map some guy has made. I'll post it in, or I'll. This is his tweet right here. Very cool. But he made this live election map for the what is it? Cincinnati issue 22. So once the stuff starts coming in, we'll take a look at this. Yeah, the Ohio election results I'm watching are 1 and 2. I mean, there's a lot in Ohio to watch right now. I'm really hoping that it pulls through.
You're listening to Second Moon, the station.
Oh, I forgot. The one goofy thing about this game is they have like the in-game radio station or whatever.
Let us move now.
They have like the in-game radio station, and they'll have like once in a while these announcers come on or radio hosts come on and just talk. It's very goofy.
Correspondence from a listener. My dear Professor Hornbuckle, whereas I make no apology for my erudite.
So I don't know if there's pedestrianized streets specifically, but there is. Where is it?
Of the form, and all my expertise derives merely from a life devoted.
There's these alleyways, which are basically kind of like a one-way road.
For the honor.
So let's. Where can we? Ooh.
Professor Horn.
Game, don't lag.
As a traveler.
So there's these like alleyways, which are kind of cool. So they're like super tiny compared to the normal roads. That's the closest you're gonna get, and then they do have.
Leave that to those poets, chaps.
Let me turn the radio off. Hold up. Audio. Where is radio? Turn the radio off for now. Metra, wait, what's your opinion on Metra proposing and charging fair zoning and adding more frequent trains and memorable schedules? I mean, that makes sense. As a Cincinnati, happy to see your video on issue 22. Thank you for helping us get the word out. I tried my best. I was kind of annoyed at myself that I wasn't able to get it out slightly earlier. I was behind on schedule with both the Brightline video and the Cincinnati video for various reasons, but one of the reasons was I was sick in the beginning, or was end of September. I was like sick. Was it end of September, beginning of October? But like some week during that time frame, I got sick and it pushed me far behind, which sucks. And then which sucked even more is that the videos kind of underperformed. But I mean, they did what they needed to do. It's just that like YouTube and whatever the algorithm it be like it is. But yes, I was very happy to get it out at least a week before. It's I love doing that kind of stuff. I love doing the advocacy videos because like, hey, it's a meaningful impact like I can have somewhere if I can get it out correctly. And I want to continue doing stuff like that. It's just like that takes a lot of time, effort, research, et cetera, and it's not always guaranteed to get you a lot of views, which if you're trying to do this sort of as a job, you need to focus a little bit on that. Still waiting for an NYC video. NYC is tough because a lot of people cover NYC, but not. Yeah, I'll probably do one on like the IBX or whatever, the line that's using the freight line, the old abandoned freight line, because I think it should be heavy rail, but like it's one of those things that it's like there comes a point when you're just like, we'll just accept anything getting built, because any fodder that can be used to stop the project is not good usually. Yeah, it should be heavy rail. That thing is going to be over capacity sooner than people think. But to answer someone's question about the where is it? There is like pedestrianized paths, which are kind of like the base game, which you can build. So that's like a pedestrianized path. And I think you can do zoning off of these. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't messed around with it too much, but they're decently useful. Is there any other long-distance train routes that can be revived tomorrow that are not the Broadway Limited? Yes, there's the one from Chicago to Florida. I forget. I think it's called the Floridian. That should be restored. P.S. Do you think the Northeast is sucking up all the funding from the rest of the country with these grants? No. But I also don't think, like I said, I think I said in a Twitter comment or thread, I think that it's like Amtrak owns all of this stuff. So they can just throw the money at Amtrak, and Amtrak's going to say, well, we own all this stuff, so we can do this immediately. And I mean, you got to think of it this way. The Northeast Corridor is already like subsidizing a lot of the rest of the country. So making Amtrak more money on the Northeast Corridor will allow Amtrak to put more money eventually in other places if you really want to look at it in that roundabout way. But I do think that, like, obviously they should focus on some other things, and some other places are getting money too. The other problem is that, like, outside of the Northeast Corridor, it's a lot more nebulous to what agency gets the money and how it's handled. For example, like in California's upgrades, a lot of the stuff is handled by Caltrans, or it's handled by agencies like Caltrans, where they do all the Amtrak upgrades for Amtrak, or they buy stuff, etc., etc. How do you feel about the omission of overground metro and rail stations in this game? I thought there is. Ooh. Tram, subway. Yeah, there's an overground station in this game. It just looks like that. It's kind of ugly, but I mean, it's a metro station. I mean, there's underground, there's subway yard. What they should have is they should have elevated. Oh, thank you, First Bridge. Above ground, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a missed opportunity. Thank you. Thanks, Hayden. Welcome to stream. Yeah, we'll look at the Cincinnati results when they come out. I was showing earlier that one guy made the cool website on it. Yeah, that website, I'm hoping works well. Otherwise, I'll have to browse some like news site that I don't want to browse. Let's see, where do we want to? We'll zone some housing there. We gotta catch up on housing in general. Let's see, that's a park, so we'll. There are 2 electric freight. Wait, what? How? Wait, what? Social offer. Yeah, so outside of the Northeast Corridor, it becomes more nebulous to where money goes. Do you think Amtrak should take over ConDOT, or at least the portion that they own on the Northeast Corridor? Yes, I think they should. The ConDOT section is consistently the worst portion. It's frustrating because ConDOT is throwing more money at it nowadays. It is getting better. It's just one of those opinions or one of those things where ConDOT has been the least consistent with like everything. It's been very annoying. Norfolk Southern just spent $4 million on ads. Yes, I had that in the video. It's frustrating because some of the ads have worked because you see. If you go to the Cincinnati subreddit, they have, or at least they used to have, when my video just came out, they had really staunch opinions on selling the railroad instead of keeping it, which is frustrating. Did you see Amtrak ridership numbers today? Yes, I saw that it's doing very well. Condot, yeah. Excuse me. Condot is also frustrating because they're simultaneously throwing money at infrastructure, but what was I gonna say? They're apparently defunding some of the trains, like they're running less trains or wanting to run less trains on the shoreline or whatever. Confusing. Don't know why. Did you hear Metro is converting Rock Island line to light rail? They're purchasing electric train. I don't think it's light rail, but I heard that they're purchasing the train sets. Yeah, let's expand the city a bit. Every Northeast Corridor Capital Limited IC board nowadays is stupid pack. Well, the Capital Limited train is another stupid story. I'm doing a video in the future about how Amtrak is kind of they've kind of fumbled the bag when it comes to keeping rolling stock in service. There's a whole problem. Basically, Amtrak's main problem with is capacity right now. They have demand out the wazoo, but they have no supply to keep up with it, and supply being rail cars. Hey, Ashley. My city is bleeding money. Help. That's a Jersey City, or that's a Union City problem. I'm currently playing on unlimited money because I wanted to see what this game could do. Where's actually parks? Yeah, I got a ton of parks. Absolutely, yeah. So there's if you ever see the Capital Limited nowadays, I'll have to pull up a picture of it. But the Capital Limited is like 4 cars long, 5 cars long. Like it's just like sad. Because they used to run like 10, 12 car Capital Limiteds, but it's only like 4 cars currently because they don't have enough. Really hope that the Hiawatha extension to Madison happens eventually. Yes, I mean that should. It's the obvious one, and hopefully soon or later when Wisconsin has less shitty government, it happens. Do you have enough? Okay. Maybe I should put another... Oh, there's a rail line right there. Okay. Duh. What about Tennessee? Well, Tennessee could possibly get a train if they're able to build that Cincinnati one, which I mentioned. Where is... Let's look at our industry, because we do need industry, apparently. One thing I liked about City Skylines, too, is that farms don't work in the stupid way that they did before, and like a lot of other industries don't work in that stupid way, where it's like you have to plop down a grid pattern of roads and then like place like literal farms like in a grid, and then there's like 100 like farms to make up one farm, or at least it looks like it. That doesn't happen anymore. Basically, one farm has just a farming area that you can select, and that's how they work. It's a lot more eloquent than the last game, at least. And like there's a lot of industries that have a similar mechanic, like your garbage system or whatever. You can just map out a area for the landfill, and that's what it'll use. Hey, Seabass. Cincinnati just seeing 3 days a week in the Temple Station is a crime. Yes, especially because it's on both. It was both on the New York Central and Pennsylvania system originally, and saw a ton of stuff. What was I tagged in? Oh, I see the Discord is also running the election night. I'll have to join in on that later. How's performance holding up? I assume you're talking about the YouTube channel, maybe. It is going okay. Online stuff has been weird recently because we think... I've talked a lot with other creators like Reese, RM Transit. We think that like YouTube has kind of sort of changed the way it's been functioning recently, and it's kind of frustrating for a lot of people. Cincinnati Union Terminal used to have service from Central, Pennsy, B&O, C&O, N&W, and L&N and Southern. Yeah, no, it was a lot. When I was looking up footage for the last video, I was finding so much historical footage of like every railroad. It was pretty impressive. I needed specifically footage of the Southern, which, funny enough, the Southern, I guess, it was Southern and L&N basically were the railroads that had the least amount of connection to Chattanooga or to Cincinnati because there was only one line. But I needed footage of the Southern, so that was the stuff I like had to dig for. Moving the Amtrak station to Union Terminal. Wait, I thought the Amtrak station is at... I thought the Amtrak station is at is at the old Union Terminal. Am I wrong? The Union Terminal is like a museum nowadays, but the Amtrak station is still in a part of it, if I'm not correct. See you, Felix. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that, like, I need to plop down this massive thing, even though I want just, like, a tiny branch line station. Like, that's annoying. I like the lack of mods has people playing more vanilla. I don't know how many good CSCs, glorified dioramas. Yeah, essentially. I never played super, like, invested in, like, a lot of the, like, modded... the most modding I would do in City Skylines was just replacing all the vehicles, replacing some buildings, having some ploppable buildings. I would not, like... I still played the game. Like, my favorite aspect of this game is, like, building a city. The city has a bunch of problems, and then I fix the problems. That's literally, like, what I enjoy about the game. Like, I really enjoyed the custom scenarios that the game would have, where it's, like, they give you a scenario, and they're like, fix it. I like that. Yeah, Cleveland also needs more trains. Cleveland needs a lot more trains. Oh, why is the game stuttering a little? Once in a while it'll do that. I think that might be my computer though, but it's on an SSD, so I don't know why it would do that. What's the problem with Brightline grade crossings? Well, there's two problems. One is that like the Florida East Coast Railroad, when it was originally built, was essentially like a real estate development scheme. So like the train line itself has a ton of rail crossings because it generated places for people to live. And it's also Florida, so there's no like deviation in terrain. So like putting fill for the railroad to be above or below ground would be more annoying. And just like in the Northeast, you can kind of dig under the tracks and build like a road that has an underpass. You can't really do that in Florida. Yeah, justice for Cleveland Union Terminal. That is a wild building. I need to go there eventually. How's your but yeah, Brightline has a problem because there's like 300 and something crossings, and Florida drivers and are insane, and also Florida FDOT just builds the most insane roads. Excuse me. No, Cincinnati. So those who have not caught up, the Cincinnati thing that's happening tonight is in the election. There is a ballot initiative to sell Cincinnati's public ownership or railroad that they own. Like the city owns a public railroad that goes from Cincinnati to Chattanooga, and then they lease out the land of the railroad to Norfolk Southern, and Norfolk Southern runs stuff on it. It's there's a ballot initiative to sell the railroad completely to Norfolk Southern, so the city does not have anything to do with it. We're hoping that doesn't pass. We're hoping that people vote no. Actually, let me check and see if that see if it's starting to report yet. Oh, we're getting reporting. We're getting reporting. Okay. So purple is no, green is yes. All right. So it looks like what do we have? So far yes is winning. Is this the final or is this? Well, it's obvious that like people that live downtown are voting no, and people that live more in the suburban sections are voting yes. So is that the final or is that? No, I don't think it's the final. I hope it's not the final. Let me see where, let's see. Cincinnati. Election. No, I want the Cincinnati general election results. So are they all reporting now, or what's the... Okay, it looks like... I think, is yes the good one? I assume yes is the good one. Okay, so no one else is reporting on the... Okay. Where is the data for that coming from? Issue 22. Election results. Issue 22. Updated.
Supporters of the sale include current and former mayors, but
Southern, but will that be enough? Here's some of the background for you.
But we've got to fix our fire.
Okay. 0% reporting. Where's the data from this coming from? %2 in. Okay, I'm gonna believe that. Hi, Alan. Can you give your opinion on the current mayor and current candidates for Philly? Let's see. Let me back read. Polls just closed. Okay, so they're probably still counting. Download the CSV. I wouldn't get much more information with the CSV than I would get with the map already. Where's the link to this map? Here, I'll post it. Let's see. Can you give your opinion on... Here, let me pin this. Go, get out of the way, please. Oh my god. Hi, Alan. So basically, the Democrat for Philly is going to win. It's just... Basically the election for the Philly mayor already happened. It was the primaries for the Democrats. I didn't want Sherelle Parker to win, but she's also not the worst person. This is the primary, and then now she's the one that's probably going to win because just Democrats just normally get voted in. So she's better than Kenny, but she's not the one I would have picked. But she's better than the Republican, obviously. Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate the UI on this. YouTube. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, okay, someone sent it to me. Let me get that up. Oh. Discord, please. Alright. Apparently this is the results we should be looking at. Proposed sale of Cincinnati Southern Railway. Okay. Oh, okay, so only one... No, wait. Ballots cast, registered voters. Precedent. What? I'm so confused by this. What? So have all of them reported or just... Because is this has a there are pedestrian roads, only one, and it's next to the alleyway. Okay. Why did they even add that heart? Well, it's just general chat. I mean, I think it's just general UI, but it's for y'all to click on it if you want. But I think it's just for me if I wanted to click on it if I was signed into a different account. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if... Because it says all these are reporting, but I'm not sure if... So does this mean all of them have reported, or none of them are finished? I'm gonna be real disappointed when... So okay, so if we're looking at this map, I can refresh it, see if the numbers change. Numbers did not change. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that these precedents out here have less people. And these are the more urban sections in here. So I'm hoping that the more urban sections take longer to like count the vote, and because of that, we'll see this number come back up for no. But like, this is really frustrating to see. There should have been, or I should have put out the video a lot earlier in the year and then has a lot more people talking about it. Didn't mean to click on that. But, like, there's only so much you can do. Might be... Oh, true. Yeah, true. This might be just... Yes, you're probably right. This is probably just the mail-in votes that are on here now. So if this is just the mail-in votes, that's really reassuring then, because the mail-in votes were skewing toward yes in the first place. So hopefully once the normal votes come in, and now there's been a bit more backlash between the mail-in votes and the normal election, we'll see the no come up a bit more. Oh, did those just update? Or no? Oh, that's because I was moving over this. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Early voting counted, or the mail-in voting. Yes, that was a train horn. I live relatively close to CSX here in Philly. Sometimes you can hear Amtrak too. Seems really low. Yeah, well, yeah, let's say 50% of people are voting because this is a big election year for Ohio. That is low. So I'm thinking this is just the mail-in votes. But yeah, we'll go back to City Skylines. There's there we go. Oh, it's snowing. This is the one thing, I think you can turn off the weather effects, or no, raining. You can turn off the weather effects, but it goes for too long, in my opinion, in the default game. Let's see. So you like the Sweden Lima Metro? Yes. Obviously, it's Lima, Ohio. That's exactly. But yeah, no, it's a cool place. There's a lot of places I need to get to eventually and see what they're doing or what they've been working on. Also, tomorrow I get behind the bus for the first time operating train. Oh, nice. Congrats. Hope Ohio gets off their BS for once. Agreed. Good luck with the bus training. Let's see. I need to put some buildings back here. Reminds me of Illinois rail line. 20 grade crossings reminds me of Brightline. Yeah, that was kind of the idea why I made this originally, was because I was like gonna use it in the Brightline video, but then I didn't build out the city enough to use this portion yet. So that's why it's like that. But I did have these two grade crossings I could use in the footage. I'm gonna be, let's see, the tram tool lets you make neat two-way separated tram streets. Yeah, I'll have to try that in a sec, because city's getting big enough where I could possibly use trams. I do have the buses. Where the... Or here, I'll let you guys... Let's see, which is the... Where does the green line go again? Where's my tram... Oh, that's the long distance one. Where's the local one? Which is the local one? Is it the... It's the yellow. Yellow or blue. Okay. Can I do that? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. So, be right back. Let me just mute my microphone, so... where is... Alright, be right back. One sec. What did the bus do while I was gone? I see it did something. Oh, did it go like through the railroad station or something? Oh, it hit a gas station? Wait, hold on. Let me... Where's... the blue line? Okay. So that goes... And let me open up the bus tool so I can actually see it better. So... Let's see. I mean, the blue line... Blue line just does... The blue and the yellow are just opposites of each other. Well, I guess the yellow doesn't go all the way around, but... they're just sort of neighborhood distributor buses. So I don't know why the fuck it went into... Where's the gas station? Stop at like 8 weed stores. Oh, I've had SEPTA bus drivers and also an NJT bus driver stop outside of like a Dunkin' Donuts or something, just running real quick. What are these cursed bus routes? Yeah, no. When you really start a city, there's not much you can do with bus routes except for just kind of run a distributor around like the main core area. And that's kind of what I did with these, is just the blue and the yellow line are just sort of like distributor lines, just run around the outside of the neighborhoods and just kind of pick up people, bring them back to the core, bring them back to the train station. The green line, on the other hand, why does it do that? It's not supposed to... What? Okay, no, that's supposed to be there, but why the fuck is it... Okay. But the green line is... That's the industrial line. The green line is just supposed to be going from there all the way over to here to the industry area to drop and pick up people. Like, there should be people waiting at... Oh, I guess let's see. How many people are on this? Oh, 0. Okay. Maybe there's one in front of it that just picked up people. But yeah, the green line just comes over here to the industry, drops people off, brings them back to the main city area. Why does it do that? I think I just made it so it has a stop over here. I don't know why it does that, because it was just turns on normal roads, or at least it should. The only deviation it should make that's like slightly weird... Oh, it doesn't even go to the train station. The weird one is the yellow bus, because they will go to the train station. So like if we follow that... So the yellow bus does the goofy. See, that's the parking lot deviation right there. Hi Alan, longtime fan. What are your thoughts on New Orleans RTA? I think RTA does a good job with what they have. I just think that like they've been forever screwed over by the state. So it's just one of those things where it's like RTA could be a lot better if the state actually gave them money. The Walmart bus by me doesn't even stop in front of the Walmart. You have to walk 2 giant parking lots. I mean, that's kind of normal. But yeah, RTA, it could be a lot better. They could also, like, they should get new vehicles for the trolley lines. Like, even though the old trolleys are nice to look at, they should get low-floor trams. Oh, excuse me. My nose is like stuffed tonight. I have no idea why. Yeah, the trains are nice to look at, but they should get modern stuff. RTA, it's surprising how much RTA is able to do with the little amount of money that they have. Alright, here's your bus. Let's see, where's the deviation it's supposed to go that you guys are freaking out about? They're streetcars. My computer's not that powerful, and I'm doing fine with this game. I have a first-gen Ryzen, the 8-core. I have 16 gigs of RAM, and I have a RX 5700 for a graphics card. So I got a pretty, like, mid-range computer. Maybe even slightly low to mid-range compared to how old some of the processor is, but, like, I'm doing fine. I don't see the gas station deviation y'all were talking about. Just past the part. Okay, maybe it was just that other bus that had the weird deviation. Sometimes the AI will just, like, do random things. I don't know if that was the train that you heard the bell on. I don't... That might have been something else. I'll eat further away from the mic. Good examples of modern streetcars and BRT. Unfortunately, San Francisco is a good example. If San Francisco didn't have its housing problem, it would be the city that I would use as an example for, like, everything. But it's... yeah. Chirper rebrand should be something like Y. That's good. Saw something about how they were trying to build a commuter rail line a while ago from New Orleans to Baton Rouge, and the state screwed over them, so it never got built. Apparently that's still happening. Apparently Amtrak is forcing this to happen. So even though the state might not be giving them that money, Amtrak is apparently forcing this to happen. So we will see. Yeah, no, San Francisco would be one of the best cities in the country if they built more housing. Thank you, Overlord Newsom. They will be building housing whether they like it or not very soon. I want to see more skyscrapers. There are some skyscrapers over here. Indianapolis has a surprisingly good BRT. This is because the state of Indiana banned LRT. Which is very stupid. Yeah, no, I'm not joking. The state of Indiana has banned light rail. You cannot build light rail in the state of Indiana. Basically, the Republicans were being as stupid as they usually are, and they just completely banned light rail from being built in Indiana. That's why none of the cities have light rail. Indiana Indiana exists to make Illinois look very well run. Like, Illinois is a extremely functioning, well-oiled machine compared to the state of Indiana. The only good part about Indiana is that they seem to have given up on resistance to the South Shoreline and its expansion. So a lot of the South Shoreline expansion stuff is happening, which is good. I'm just hoping they can do the Amtrak integration at some point. Indiana is Illinois as if Chicago didn't exist. Hey, there are some decent smaller cities in Illinois, but yes, I agree. Excuse me. Do you think Wisconsin... Yeah, I think Wisconsin dropped the ball on that high-speed rail project. Thoughts on how to fix the MBTA? Well, the problem is that, like, when you have a... when you have something like the MBTA and all the issues that it has, you can't really fix it now. You were supposed to fix it 20 years ago. And now what you're seeing is just all of the problems from 15, 20 years ago finally piling up into itself and snowballing to the point where you can't avoid it. So MBTA will be a very good agency in a few years from now, but right now they are dealing with all the problems that they were given to them 20 years ago. Yeah, MBTA is what SEPTA would be if SEPTA didn't focus money on surviving. MBTA and SEPTA are very similar to each other in that they have very old infrastructure, but MBTA focused more on a lot of the user aspects of their system. Like, a lot of their stations and stuff look a lot better than SEPTA. Where SEPTA focused mainly on utilitarian things, like running the trains, and the infrastructure for the trains. That's why SEPTA stations look like complete garbage, but the trains run every 6 minutes. So you take some, you lose some. Like the Broad Street Line stations aren't the prettiest in the world, but goddamn, that thing goes fast and it comes every 6 to 10 minutes. See, us like city enthusiasts and rail fan people, we don't mind the garbage aesthetics of some of the transit agencies, but the problem is that there's a decent amount of people that do, and so unfortunately, we do need to make the stations better. What are your thoughts on the potential WMATA fiscal cliff that's been making news? Well, a lot of transit agencies have that. Like SEPTA has that, for example, and we're trying to deal with that. SEPTA has a fiscal cliff next year also that we're trying to deal with, which is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to make a video about it. Silver Line should have been light rail. It was meant to be. I assume you're talking about the Boston Silver Line. I mean, it's not a bad idea that they're trolley buses. It's just that, like, they should have doubled down on the trolley bus aspect instead of, like, half-assing it. Like, the Silver Line would be completely fine to be like articulated trolley buses, but they didn't double down on the trolley bus aspect. They only half-assed the underground portion to be like electrified. Well, it's not completely dead. They still run them underground. No, now they're just running diesel buses under the... Oh, no. Why the fuck would... See, this is... okay, there's a lot of things I can defend MBTA for, but, like, the removal of the trolley buses is just stupid. Especially because, like, they're eventually going to have to electrify the buses anyway, so it's going to be like, you just spent all this effort taking all this shit down, and then you're going to have to put all this shit back up to, like, charge... It's like, oh my god. Did they already call issue 22? I don't think so. Here, we'll go back to browser. So only the... so I was confirmed that this is only for mail-in votes. This has nothing to do with the voting that's happening tonight. So... See ya, Ashley. Yeah, Trolleybus does now all BEV buses. So stupid. But yeah, this is all mail-in votes, so the actual votes should come in as we go through tonight. Can trolleybuses run on freeways? I'm not an expert on trolleybuses, but I think the maximum they can run is like 50 miles an hour. I don't think there's anything faster than that. I'm not sure. Why am I seeing single family zoning? Well, see, okay, the way I like to play City Skylines. The way I like to play City Skylines is I like to create a mediocre city. And then from that mediocre city, I like to make it a great city by, like, fixing everything when the problems start popping up. That's how I like playing this game. So I'll build a haphazardly, like, nothing really too interesting of a city, and then from that, I'll fix everything. What do you think about Michigan? Michigan's good. It's the government should be a little bit more aggressive on some of their transit aspirations. Sort of like a disaster save, yes. But even then, the single-family zoning in this game isn't actually that, like, this is still pretty dense for the most part. Yeah, it's not great, but... That, you know, you're kind of supposed to play the game... That's how you're kind of supposed to play the game. Devs kind of make... Yeah, no, essentially that's what I like doing. I like making a city, the city generates the problems, and then I fix the problems. Michigan needs to connect Detroit and Grand Rapids with Amtrak. Yes, I agree. Can't believe that there's no bikes. Yes, they did this to smite the people from the Netherlands, which I agree. My biggest, most controversial take of all time is that bikes are not as important as some people make them out to be. If you have good transit and good walkability of your cities, bikes are not that important. I think they're good, and I like biking, and I like doing a lot of trips via biking, but I don't think they're as important as like some people have made them out to be. Well, I'll tell you, Not Just Bikes was in the creator Discord for this game, but ended up not doing it because he was, like, annoyed that it was missing certain features. So maybe that is the case. Do you want an anarchy mod? Yes. No, I should say, like, I think that I like bikes a lot. Like, I like riding bikes. It's one of my favorite pastimes since I've been a kid. But I just think that people make them out to be, I just think that people make them out to be the end-all be-all of, like, urban planning, and I don't think that, like, that's the case. Most of the time, if you can focus on walkability of a place and then transit, that's, like, the two biggest things that you need to focus on. It's just that, like, and, like, the problems with the, like, what a lot of people don't talk about with the Netherlands cities is that, like, you get to a point where you, like in Amsterdam, when the density gets so high in certain aspects of the city that, like, biking almost becomes as frustrated as sitting in traffic, especially when you have to mix with pedestrians. And, like, it's also, bike parking is kind of stupid when you think about it. Like, I don't quite understand why Dutch cities don't seem to be more on the bike share systems or aspects of bike share systems. What is this? Let's see. Michigan's problem is that where cars are built, the auto lobby is powerful and seem to block a lot of transit projects. That's why SEMCOG has been canceled. I don't know what this is. Let me look that up. We need elevated grade separated bike highways. This is so true. We need to destroy housing to build elevated bike highways. Also, let me look up what the fuck a SEMCOG is. Michigan. Southeast Michigan Council of Governments. Where is that? Oh. That's why SEMCOG has been canceled. Okay. Transportation. Show planning, roads and buildings. Vision 2050. Is there like a map? Oh, that just is a loop. Okay. SEMCOG was to promote commuter rail line connecting Detroit and Ann Arbor. Oh, okay. Gotcha. The auto lobby has lobbied for transit. Thoughts on Boston's transit and T? I already talked about it a little bit, but MBTA has been fucked over for 20 years, and they're finally dealing with all those problems. But they're going to get better in a few years. Public transit in more rural places is pretty bad, but does it have good infrastructure? Just use it. Yeah, I mean, like... Picture below transit. Yeah, agreed. I think bike sharing in NA rose so much because not many people already had bikes in the Netherlands. I agree. There's also a thing in the Netherlands where, like, there's a word for it, which I'm forgetting, but a lot of the Dutchies basically refer to it as the beater bike, where, like, even if you can't find a bike, you'll find a beater bike that's been left there forever at some place wherever you're going. There's a word for it I'm forgetting, but, like, veto Detroit subway plan includes specific lanes for plants. Okay, I remember that. Munch. What was it? If you could live in the U.S. anywhere outside of Philly or Chicago, where would it be? I like other cities in Pennsylvania, so I'm biased to that. I'm biased to the Northeast. I don't know. Some of the medium cities around the Northeast are very good, but like any of the Northeast cities are not like those would be some of my higher picks, obviously. I will visit St. Louis. I will visit. I need to do like a Midwest big trip where I visit a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I like Pittsburgh a lot. I like Lancaster. I like Harrisburg. I like anything that's like a medium or large city in the Northeast that has rail connection, basically. So like even something like Port Jervis, I think is pretty good. Like here, I could hold on. Can I go? Oh, no, okay. Hello? Nope. Okay, there we go. If I go... Okay, I have a lot of markers here. Wait, let's see. So yeah, basically anything in the Northeast I think is good. Pittsburgh I think is good. I mean, a lot of the... I think upstate New York, there's a lot of stuff I like in upstate New York. Same with Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Vermont. Maine, maybe not New Hampshire. Outside of that, Richmond, I've been to Richmond, like Richmond a decent amount. What else? I've been to Charlotte. Charlotte's okay. Anything outside of the line where the light rail runs is dubious. Because it's just sprawl. Need to visit some of these places in here. Charleston is very good but expensive. Savannah is very good, but is not that big. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Savannah, but Savannah is probably the best southern city other than New Orleans. Because this is what Savannah looks like. Like, you would think, if I showed you this and I didn't tell you where this was, you might guess Philadelphia. This is probably why it's one of the South's best city. Yeah, Savannah's pretty dope. I need to go there. Let's see. Yeah, Savannah also has a ton of squares, like parks, that are very good. I mean, like the like this is very good. Like this is very good. Very good urbanism. I mean, like the Forrest Gump was filmed in front of one of these. But yeah, Savannah is one of the best places. I mean, like the front street here is often cited as like this is fantastic. Like this is so cool. I love that this is the United States. Like you take a picture of this and you send it to someone, they would be like, yeah, I was in Italy or France, southern France, or more aptly Spain. Savannah does have Amtrak service, but yes, it needs a light rail line or it needs a BRT line. Yeah, rep to the streetcar, the DMU streetcar. Oh, Mount Pelier is very good. I've been up there. Thoughts on Camden, New Jersey? It's getting a lot better, but the problem is that everyone moved away. Camden has vastly improved in the last 10-15 years over what it was. Otherwise, if you're stuck in Florida, Miami's pretty good. St. Augustine is good if you can afford it. Parts of Tampa are okay. And some of the other cities, downtowns in here are okay. Tallahassee is weird, but it has some redeemable aspects of it in the downtown around the university. New Orleans is good. It just has like systemic issues of like underfunding everything. The Texas cities get a lot of shit, but like there are like good pockets within the cities that are not that bad. Houston gets a lot of shit, and like thankfully the City Nerd video came out on it, but like this whole neighborhood to the west of downtown is actually quite good. If you zoom into some of the neighborhoods in like this section of the city, they're not that bad. Like these are pretty narrow streets in some of these sections. Where's the other fun sections? Yeah, this whole neighborhood up here, like these are very, very dense buildings, and like these streets are not that wide. Like this is, yeah, like if someone were to, again, like if you were to send someone a picture of this neighborhood and you were to ask them, where is this? They would not tell you Houston, or at least I guarantee they would not. Yeah, Houston is one of those things where it just has the like oppressive summers. Orlando really sucks though. I see, like, so the good part about Florida cities is that Florida cities have a lot of money. And when you have a lot of money, you can possibly change how the city is laid out and how it looks. So I don't think it's that bad. And I think there's a lot of land to fill in to make it not as bad. Like the main problem with Orlando is the highway. Like, what in the what? No. Like, other than that, and other than the sprawl, like, you could fix a lot of this area. It's just that, like, it's gonna be difficult. You forgot Florida is run by a snake. Well, Ron DeSantimonious will be gone at some point, and it will get better. Yeah, Sunrail is better than a lot of people think. Someone said look at Worcestershire, so I'm gonna look at that. I assume they meant Worcestershire, Massachusetts. I mean, for the most part, New England towns are very good. I don't like that 290 goes through it. But, like, they got a dope-ass train station. Like, that's very good. Yeah, I can look at Newark after. But, like, yeah, I don't think that, like, a lot of the New England towns are very, like, this is very salvageable with everything here. I mean, you got big-ass buildings and density. The main things is just bike lanes and making the pedestrian sections a lot bigger. I mean, some of my favorite, where's the... I'm trying to remember. Is it Lawrence that I think is the one? Yeah. Yeah. I love these cities because they'll have like big ass mill building that's like the size of multiple city blocks. Like, I love New England towns for this. Like, that's awesome. There's another one. Is it Lowell that has like the trolley? Is this the one with the trolley? There's one that has like a heritage trolley that like the National Park Service like deals with. Cape Coral is the horror show. I know about Cape Coral. Where is that? Oh yeah, it is here. It is here. The goofy trolley. Yeah. It's right here. Yeah, they got the little heritage trolley line. It's very, very goofy. Hey, look, Place Netherlands. Got the stinky canal. Yeah, and they store like the trolley like in the building or something like that. But yeah, Cape Coral. If people don't know what Cape Coral is, it is the most Florida town. It looks like something that was generated out of an AI when you said like like map of Florida town. So yeah, essentially most of this is all reclaimed land. So when the hurricane hit last year, a lot of this shit was destroyed, and I don't think it's coming back. Like a lot of the southern section, especially down here in this section, I think was destroyed. Yeah, look, it's this is a Dutch city. It's all canals. But yeah, no, it's literally entirely single-family homes, and Cape Coral is largely a retirement community area. So like, yeah, it's the wild part about a lot of this. A lot of the houses here are actually quite affordable, because two reasons. One, they build a lot of housing. Florida is a good example of a place that builds a lot of housing, so housing prices stay low. But also, a lot of the insurance on a lot of these houses, you can probably assume, is very high. So there's a reason why like some people don't want to buy houses here is because the insurance is going to cost a hell of a lot. Tower. Interesting. But yeah, there's a reason why. Is this an airport? Is that in use? I always love looking at like Florida infrastructure. It's like so goofy. And then they'll just build like massive fucking highway bridge. Like Florida is so interesting because they will just have stupid amount of new. See, this is the weird part. When I go to visit some place like Florida, like here, let's zoom in. Like, it's so weird to see all this infrastructure because a lot of it is just so new and it hasn't experienced like entropy. It hasn't experienced like age. That's so weird to me. Cape Coral gets horrendous traffic. I mean, I could have guessed that. But, yeah, no, I'm just not used to a lot of these southern Sunbelt areas because it's just like all the infrastructure is new and all the stuff looks the samey. Like you can't really tell some places from another. I'm also used to like Rust Belt areas that just have seen like wear and tear on everything, and everything has experienced some sort of chaotic energy over time. We'll see. Good luck on the homework. Couple horrendous traffic. Let's see. Keeps me. I must certainly keeps me going. Station in Florida. Florida is like a little America's Arab oil nation. Keeps getting stupid. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. It's like that. What's this, though? Southwest Florida International Airport. Okay, so this is the big one. Good lord. Oh my. Looks like they get... Okay. So, how many flights are out of here? Because that's a decent-sized Fort Myers... Is that what it's called? Fort Myers International Airport? Also has a military wing of some kind. Well, let's look. Cape Coral isn't even drivable, let alone walkable. Oh, thank God it's boatable, though. Deeply concerned about Cincinnati issue 22. Well, there's only so much you can do or be concerned about something. So I'm like, I have faith that it will turn around. But right now, obviously, with the early voting in, it's kind of tough. Yeah, no, Florida, goofy state. Where's the? There it is. The jet port. The jet port never got finished in the middle of fucking nowhere. So those who don't know what this is, this was going to be the supersonic airport for like the 1960s when they were 1970s, whatever. This was going to be the Miami Supersonic Airport. And let's see, it's 43 miles outside of Miami. And, there's a bunch of videos online about this, but basically this was supposed to have 4 or 5 runways. They only completed one of them, but this runway is like stupid long. Like how, like this runway is 2 miles long. Like it's, or for the Euros, this is, what is this? This is 3.2 kilometers. So like it's long. And what this was supposed to be is your supersonic planes are loud. They make a lot of noise. So the whole idea was that your plane would fly in from off here, land at this airport over here, and then you take a high-speed train or monorail from this to downtown Miami. Should show you there is from Street View. Yeah, I think there is. Let's see. You can't get too close to it with Street View. Yeah, there's not too much to see. It's pretty much just flat land. They do tests and stuff out here, so they have some equipment, but for the most part, it's not too used. It's used for training, and that's why it's called the Dade Collier Training Center, whatever. But yeah, that's Florida's interesting piece of infrastructure there. But let's see. Let's go back to our map. Nope, hasn't changed yet. Let's see anything. Oh, stuff is starting to report. Okay. Let's see. What's the... Okay. Okay, so they're not... Hasn't been much of a change yet. Yeah, there's been like a 1% change. Okay, we're probably going to have to wait a while for this. Yeah, there's only been like 1,000 votes put in. Oh gosh, I mean, if it does get sold, like, it's not the end of the world, but it's also just like, it's just frustrating. But let's hope it's not going to get sold. All right, let's go back to the game for a bit. When the Beltline opens in Atlanta, you should come down. Yes. I'm hoping that the Atlanta to Savannah train eventually turns into something too. Honestly, supersonic jets with high-speed rail sounds connect. Yeah, no. Like I think eventually for like continent to continent travel, it's not unreasonable that something like that would happen. But like for regional travel, it's dumb. Where's the traffic thing? There it is. Yeah, no, I don't have much traffic in this city at all. Oh, I've seen Newark, Delaware. It's okay. It could get better. They need to build more stuff around the Northeast Corridor station. Jersey City is very good. Gainesville is okay. It's a college town, and it's in Florida, so that cancels itself out. What is she towing? Oh, it's this empty trailer. That motorcycle wheel. That was a... Oh, it's Z clipping or Z fighting. Okay, I was wondering why it looked like that. Where's he going? See, the thing I do like about City Skylines is, like, even though people were angry about, like, the models being more detailed, I do like that the people look better. I like he just went over to that bench and sat down and then stood up. The game rasterization for certain graphics is very interesting because it'll be very sparkly looking. Yeah, like that. Just a Bad to the Bone playing. Whoop, shit. Well, let's see where he's going. Oh, he lives right there, I guess. Oh, the walk signals work. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's kind of a nice touch. Oh. I guess that building. Oh, he just sits down on the bench. Okay. Did they work in CS1? I don't remember seeing them in CS1. Oh. Oh, she's just like visiting her friend down the street. That's interesting. They're running across the street. I mean, I guess. Sure. That's funny. Yeah, I have seen the Sims run if they're late to a railroad crossing, too. The teeth thing is apparently overblown. I don't know the technical reasons for it, but yeah, it is kind of goofy. But, I mean, I don't mind that they, like, have them more detailed. Because it does, like, allow you to do scenes like that where you can zoom in. You built the benchable city. Do Sims keep intersections clear in CS2? In CS1, they always ended up with gridlock. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but like traffic, yeah, it's slightly better. What are your thoughts on fare free transit? It's okay. In my opinion, I think it's more important to focus on bettering transit in general than to make it fare free. And generally, those two will fight against each other. I would much rather have lower fares but better transit than have fare free but not good or decent transit. I think that most of the time I think it's an unserious thing to have fare free because I don't think with a serious transit system that you can fully make it fare free. I think that certain services of the system will always need to be like have ticket prices of some sort, but like obviously some things like buses or certain bus lines, yeah, they could probably be free. Like something like Wamata and their like metro system, like it's kind of goofy if you were able to ride the entire Silver Line for free. Like yeah, that would be like the optimal like utopian world, but like how it functions currently, that would be awful goofy if you could do the whole thing for free. Can't wait for the Grover House mod. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, no, this road is going to turn into a tramway eventually. That's what I kind of planned. But like I said, I like playing this game so that like my city is fucked up and then I fix it. That's the way I play these games. Newark is like NYC, but you can park. Yeah, kind of. What do you think the best block length is? I think something between like Portland's and Philadelphia's block length. I think Philly's block length is like 400 feet. Thoughts on Dubai? It is an affront to God or Allah. Is Dubai possible to fix? Yes, but only because they have a lot of money. Also like fare-free buses because they speed up boarding process. This is true. I mean, most of the time boarding isn't too much of an issue with modern buses because you just tap a credit card or you tap your transit card. So that doesn't seem to be too much of an issue, but I don't know. It's definitely, yeah, it would speed it up a little bit. Excuse me. Are you a rectangular box fan or square block enjoyer? I think whatever works. Philly has both square and rectangular. It all depends what works with the meshed fabric of the neighborhood. American buses have too few doors, I feel. I don't think it matters that much. I think that there are the 10% of the time when it does matter doesn't outweigh the 90% when it doesn't matter. Honestly, just more buses are more important than like ordering weird one-off buses. Oh, Sherelle Parker one? Yeah, I mean, that was kind of expected. I mean, I voted for her, but I mean, like, in the primary, I did not vote for her. I wanted, what's her name? Oh my god, not Gim. Oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. That's interesting. The trees move if you zoom in far enough. Reinhardt, yep. Yeah, I voted for Reinhardt. I got bad vibes with Gim. I think that she was the other good candidate other than Reinhardt, and I'd probably vote for her if Reinhardt didn't exist, but like, Gim felt like fake progressive. I don't know like a better way to describe that, but like, yeah. Hudson Bergen North Branch Corridor Extension. It should happen. Yeah, I mean, Dubai is what happens when you give a bunch of children money and tell them to build a city. That's what Dubai is. Yeah, no, that's kind of how I felt about Gim. Is that like, um, she seemed to be randomly progressive out of nowhere, and that seemed weird to me. Reinhardt is kind of like Mayor Pete. Hey, I would say she's more progressive than Mayor Pete, and that she also has worked in the system before, and that's what kind of made me a little bit more confident about her compared to Gim. Um, but Gim, I don't know. It just vibes wise, past the politics, vibe wise, Gim wasn't passing my vibes test. And majority of the time, my vibes test is correct. 3-door. They have 3-door. I mean, yeah, 3-door articulated buses are pretty common. SEPTA has 2-door articulated buses because they're insane. That's honestly SEPTA's dumbest decision, is that all the articulated buses are 2-door. I mean, like, I'll look at candidates based on like the stuff that they're running for, but like if someone just seems like they're like a lizard person, or like they're just the most slimiest individual ever, but they're promising shit, I won't vote for them, because it's just like, yeah, you can promise all this progressive shit in the world, but if you are just like a weird person, then like, I don't know. There's something about that. Like, what's a good example of that? Like, I don't know, like, I want to say like, what's a good example of this? Who's a good example of this? I feel if either one of the Gim or Reinhardt didn't win, the other would have won the primary. Yeah, that's true. That's why I was kind of mad at the Gim people. Yeah, I mean, Bill, well, Reagan is the opposite. Reagan had great vibes, but terrible politics. That's why he won. Reagan won because he had the best vibes ever. That's the unfortunate thing. Most cursed door policy is the UK, and there's single door buses outside. Oh yeah, the double deckers, or you're talking like the long distance ones. Yeah, cinema kinda. I'm trying to think of like a better example. Trying to think of like the ultimate example of this. Yeah, these are the gluten-free Schneiders, specifically, because I have celiac, so I'm on that GF life. Thoughts on the Udis bread? It's fine. It just has to be toasted, and then you have to put butter on it. Schneiders of Hanover. Yeah, I like why am I forgetting the brand? There's a brand here locally in PA that I like a lot. It's not Utz. They're from New York, I think. LA is cooking us on bike frequency. Well, Chicago, you guys need to just fire that dude that's in the charge of CTA currently. Like, that seems to be the problem. Like, I'm not a big... I don't know entirely about, like, Chicago politics, but it seems to be... Yes, hers is very good. Yeah, hers is the chips I was thinking of. But yeah, the dude that's in charge of CTA seems to be a massive issue right now. Or at least that's what I'm getting the vibe of. Oh, excuse me. Alan, are you vegan too or just gluten-free? I'm just gluten-free. I tried being vegan and vegetarian when I was dating this one girl in college, but no, I can't do that. It's too hard with gluten-free. I just eat meat light, or I'm not the biggest meat person, but I will eat meat. Still have it. CTA has leadership's problem, but PACE is just the lack of funding. Yeah, true. Let's see. Read my message below. TLDR, free LA to SD Amtrak. Sienna Pronto. Wait. Metrolink has a new student pass. It includes Surfliner. We thought it didn't go past Oceanside. We asked ticketer on Sunday and just went scanned her pronto and was like, well, let's go straight from Union Station to Santa Fe Depot for free. This is now possible for all students SoCal. Oh, that's pretty cool then. Philly clears Boston solely because of affordability. Yeah, that's literally like Boston, I think, could be a better city, but like it's MBTA and the just cost of housing there is just insane. Misaligned grids. I know I did that on purpose. Hello. I think food is a big part of urbanism that no one seems to talk about. You can only get McDonald's and gas station sushi. It's a lot of memories. Yeah, Philly has great food. It's one of the reasons I like living here. A lot of gluten-free, a lot of vegan shit, a lot of different stuff that I like. A lot of there's any type of pizza that you could possibly want here. Hey, be nice in the comments. Yeah, Philly is definitely an underrated food city. A lot of people misunderstand what food is here. A lot of people just think it's cheesesteaks. That's not the case. A lot of good stuff. What am I eating? It's just the pretzels currently. Well, I think anyway, if you're in the Northeast, you automatically have good pizza. It's just that like New York and the New Jersey obviously have the best. I think Philly also has pretty good pizza since it's relatively close to New Jersey, New York. But if you go outside of that region, then it gets dubious. Thoughts on Philadelphia roll sushi? I don't really... sushi isn't my thing, but I think it's pretty good. Think you'll do a dedicated video on MBTA? I technically have in the past with the Big Dig, but I might do another. Yeah, Philly has a bunch of really good vegan places. See, everyone makes fun of Portland for being like the super duper hippie, like granola city, but like Philly has a lot of those people too. We just don't talk about it. They don't make a lot of noise. There's a lot of those people here in Philly. Hip City Veg, I've been there. That's pretty good. Kind of have a soft spot for the gallery cars. I mean, they're not bad. I don't like the main. Like, they're not bad to ride in. They're not bad to like commute in. But the problem with them is mainly the single door high level boarding. That's the biggest problem with the gallery cars. Is you've probably seen it. It's when Metro will have literally the they'll have like a warning on the commute that says train is late because of boarding issues. Like, I think I should have made more of an issue of that in the video originally. Whoops. Wawa and the pretzel factory. Well, I mean, yeah, if you want cheap stuff like that, then yeah. My local favorite sort of, it's not a chain, it's just a restaurant that has like 3 places, is Sabrina's Cafe here in Philly. Sabrina's Cafe is very good. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Metro buys for the EMU stuff or not, or what exactly they buy. Instead of running the buses, I'm just going to make a train station over here. Did you end up going to the NIMBY meeting? I was planning on going. Yes, I went to the Glassboro Camden Line NIMBY meeting, if that's what you're talking about. Me and Alex Davis got a bunch of video on it, so that will be showing up in a video eventually. Wait, EMUs on Metro? No, it's going to be like B EMUs or DMU EMU things, I think. We'll see. How about a BART video? Yes, I've been working on a BART video for a very long time. I actually have like an intro and stuff already filmed. I was able to actually, I was very politely allowed to go into the BART Richmond maintenance facility to film. So I have a bunch of footage from that. Excuse me. Thoughts on LIRR? I mean, it's the busiest commuter rail in the country. I think that it suffers from issues, especially pertaining to the union stuff. Mainly that they have too many conductors per train. Some people want LIRR and Metro North to merge. I mean, that was the idea originally. Metro North is called Metro North because the whole idea was that Metro North was Metro North, LIRR was Metro West, the Pennsylvania side of New Jersey Transit would be Metro South, and then the other services like Lackawanna would be Metro West. Like, that was the whole idea. Yeah, LIR is Metro East. But yeah, that was the whole idea originally. They never went with it though, unfortunately. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is part of the reason why they never turned it into Metro East was because LIR has like such an esteemed history, and that all the old heads would never have changed it. Even if Metro buys EMD F125s like Metrolink did, there's a step in the right direction, but electrification would be best. This is true. I highly doubt that they'd buy the F125s, mainly because they weren't that good, or at least that's what I heard. They weren't that good. They had a lot of issues, if I was correct with that. If anything, they'll just buy Chargers, because everyone's buying Chargers. We'll see. Why does the state with the best regional rail also have the Ackrave Cloverleaf. I mean, NJT has a lot of issues. I just said EMD F20 because of Metros 8. Yeah, so the EMD F125 is... so the reason why Metro likes a lot of the older EMD stuff is because they use a lot of the older prime movers. Those older prime movers are the two-stroke, like EMD I think F145s or something like that, I'm forgetting the designation, but basically, they're very old, very good, like you can beat them with a hammer type thing. Like it's very like old school. So it's kind of that thing where it's like they like the thing because it's the same and it's never changed. Yeah, EMD 645 as 710, that's it. Yeah, all the old heads like those engines because you just beat them with a hammer. And that's how you fix them. Have you ever owned a car? Yes. I owned a Subaru Legacy up until the beginning of this year, actually. From 2015 to this year, I owned a Subaru Legacy. Nothing that new or fancy, but it had a manual, which was fun. Yeah, the 125 is like a weird, yeah, it's a weird Caterpillar something. What happened to it? I sold the car. Actually sold it to a friend from high school. Issue 22 still has a long way for tonight. We'll see. NJT needs to fix their ticket stuff. There's no reason to do that stuff. They're not saving money. It's just... it's a relic of an archaic system that they used to use. I mean, even if NS takes over the Cincinnati Southern, it's just one of those things where it's, we'll just have to deal with it at a later point. That's the problem. Yeah, more votes coming in. It is slowly biting back. Because it used to be 55%. Now it's 54%, so... there's a possibility it could come down to the wire on this one. Or wait, you guys can't see my screen. Hold on. This used to be 55%, now it's 54%. So... it's slowly biting back. It could possibly be, by the end of the night, a 50-50. We'll see. The vote in 1890 came down to 309 votes. Well, let's hope it's historical. Let me... I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick so you guys can watch the train. So be right back real quick. Let me just mute my microphone. Where is that there? Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I think these are like a mixture of the duplex and like a Stadler type train or something. I'm not entirely sure what they're modeled after, but that would be my guess. I do like the crossing gates and everything. They do seem they're very nice. Someone tagging me in something. Oh, yo, I gotta pull that up. State of Georgia now owns Western Atlantic from Atlanta. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, that's the reason why I suggested in the video that you could go from Cincinnati to Atlanta. Do you ever model your cities after real-life ones using mods or maps? Yes. In CS1, I did a map of Cape May, New Jersey, like the whole island section there. It's kind of neat. Why'd the gate not go up? Oh, there it goes. I like if there's a train coming, the pedestrians will run a little bit faster. Yes, they're smarter than Florida drivers. Then one dude knows. Alright, but curious your opinion of Rio Grande plan in US. I've talked about it briefly once or twice, but I think it's good. I mean, grade separating like rail lines through a city is very smart. No, issue 22 is not a wrap. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm used to it here in the Northeast. Everything's kind of grade separated by default, but a lot of the western cities in Florida need to grade separate a lot of their railroads infrastructure. We might make a... Damn, it's just small enough. Did you go to college? Yes, I went to Rutgers. I did mechanical engineering, but ended up not doing that. Yeah, it's only 20% reported. We still have a while to go. Canadians outside of Toronto area never seen grade separation. Yeah, no, the catenary in this game, very nice. It's side catenary compared to center catenary, which is more realistic in my opinion. Opinions on Baltimore and Ohio. I think it was generally a good railroad. The train having to wait. It's kind of funny. Yeah, the campus... So, when I was at Rutgers, the campus bus system was a little bit more reliable. Since then, there's been a lot of extra traffic and a lot of dumb decisions by the transit agency that runs it, but it could be a lot better, and that's the most frustrating aspect. Do I have to pay 20 to get the bicycles? No, they're going to add the bikes. I was told by the developers that that's on their list of things to add very soon for free. That's not a DLC. What'd I major in? I said mechanical engineering. Will my GTX 960 be able to run this? Probably. I have a... You're currently watching this on a... or is it FX? Yeah, FX 5700. It's an AMD card, which is about mid-range AMD card. I think it's a little bit more powerful than a 960, but like This game is, I think like the first one was more CPU heavy than graphics. But I'm getting about 30 to 40 FPS, and I'm on like medium to, I'm on mainly medium settings. It seems fine. Lack of pedestrian barriers, teeth on edge. Yeah. I mean, it kind of covers both, but still, yeah, it's not on this side. I should have like a little pedestrian path. Where's like there? Stop snapping. Stop snap. Don't toggle on and off snapping. Hey, much better. Okay. Oh. Oh. What happened there? That was weird. Oh, it's waiting for that one to leave. Okay. Opinions on Go Transit. It's fine. Don't have an issue with it. Go Transit, I think, is doing the right things. I mean, they have the right plan or whatever. There used to be grade crossings on one of the major roads where I lived. Now it's gone. That's good. Yeah, I mean, grade crossing separation are very important. There is... There's a way also to crosswalk. There we go. Let me... Okay. Sure. Can you snap the roads to create crosswalks? Yes, I was just doing that. Can't wait to move it mod. Yes, same. Show the lady your train's traffic short. She took me home. It's funny. Yeah, there has been a zero. There's been a more than zero number of times when I have been on a date either drunk or high and showed someone that I was dating the music mixes. And it generally, either because they put up with me or because they're fun, is they usually find them fun. Oh, this is one of... Why did this channel pop up on my YouTube? I don't know, good question. Do you unbox things, Mr. Unboxing Channel? Why would he be a mod? Train unboxing. I'm a YouTube mod. Okay. You do you. Go sit in traffic. Go have fun. Enjoy life. Live life. Live, laugh, eat, suck on a tailpipe. Live, laugh, pay car payments. Maybe we should make the train better. Have you ever thought of that? It's that thing. We can improve society. But that's impossible. Notice you really like King Gizzard. Same here. There is one of my... Yeah, no, I love King Gizzard. I have bought the Found Critical Urbanism's YouTube account. Yeah, no, I already bought King Gizzard tickets for the New York show next year in like August or whatever. Excited for it. Took a lot of cars, nearly threw up. What? Sorry, I don't pay a lot of taxes because I live in a good state. Okay, so if you live in Florida, I'm sorry. I enjoy paying taxes because I actually get a lot of benefits from it. Like all the transit in Philly. I don't mind. I don't mind knowing that, I don't mind knowing that my money is somewhat improving society or someone else's life. Crazy aspect. I hope Joe Brandon's army, Dark Army, funds the IRS more. Well, when Ron DeSantimonious comes to your house and sucks your dick for you, I will let you know that it's the best state. But sure, go off. Ron, I need to wear high heels in my boots, or else people won't think I'm a real man. For a guy that hates drag queens, he sure dresses like one. Man, move from Minnesota to Florida, that's an L. Damn. That's an L. Moving from one of the best states to one of the worst. Ron DeSantis ruins Florida. Okay, that's an interesting take. I always like people from Florida that do not hate DeSantimonious. That is a W on his part. We gotta accept that. Let's see, where... I guess out here. Put the fire station. Yeah, Minneapolis and Midwest weathers up there the winters can be rough, but I think it offsets it by having pretty decent people to live around. Yeah, Florida, that's the one thing that I don't understand about a lot of people that say they moved to like Florida or Texas or Arizona for the weather. I'm like, but like 2 months out of the year you can't go outside, and it's not because it's cold, it's because it's like unbearably hot. Well, not unbearably hot, it's like hot, but it's the you're like swimming in humidity. Which, like, hey, it gets humid here in Philly too. So, like, but not like that. Slope too steep. Okay. Why can't I do a 90? Let me do it. Why can't I do 90? Okay. Yeah, I don't really understand why people move to Phoenix. That's one of those eternal wonders I have of like why. Well, Florida is like different. Like Arizona, there are certain aspects of Arizona that I think are good. Like some of the terrain in Arizona I think is very beautiful, but for the most part, I would like to live in neither, but like at least Florida has some big cities. Like I at least enjoy going to Miami. I think Miami is half decent. And like at least Florida has like or at least is trying to have transit. I mean, yeah, moving from Chicago to Florida, that's that's quite the change. Some of your videos got playlisted by the Railroad Workers United YouTube channel. Yes, I love them. I've worked with them a lot. RWU and I have talked a lot. I go to their online meetings all the time. I'm friends with Ron, the guy that's the main guy that runs it, and Will, who's their secretary, I think, that's also working on electrification projects. Very good. Single track bi-directional in the game. Yes, there is. Yeah, this right here is a single track bi-directional line. You'll see one of the trains come down it eventually. How far can I zoom in? That's pretty far. Massachusetts is an interesting state because everything east of Worcestershire is all like Boston metropolitan area, and then like everything west of Worcestershire is all like some of the most like cursed towns possible. But yeah, the or bi-directional single track line here, kind of neat. Springfield is interesting. It's not too bad, but thankfully it has really good Amtrak service. Let's see. Massachusetts traffic was terrible, specifically where I live. Well, I'm guessing outside of Boston then. What's my favorite color? Sky blue is my default answer. Um, once Mark goes to Newark, be able to... Yeah, no, I mean, you'll be able to... Once Mark goes there, you'll be able to take commuter rail all the way from DC to Boston, technically, I think, right? The only, I guess, like, gap is near Providence. They just need to gap that. Thoughts on New Hampshire and Vermont? Vermont, very good. Vermont, the state owns 90% of the rail right-of-ways. Like, the state literally owns them. Vermont is the closest to, like, what nationalized rail would look like. And then New Hampshire is a cursed place with cool towns. Did you know New Hampshire actually banned the sale of alcohol from other states in its borders? So one of the things that happened for at least a few months was that Amtrak was not allowed to sell alcohol on their train when traveling through New Hampshire. So the Downeaster, they could not sell alcohol to you while you were traveling through New Hampshire, and then they amended that in one of the laws, and now they can do it. But yeah, one of the goofiest things in American politics for a while was that New Hampshire didn't allow you to buy drinks from other states and in the state, and thus causing Amtrak to not be able to sell anything. Yes, all bar cars on Amtrak are technically have addresses of DC. That's why if you ever buy drinks on Amtrak, you will see a Washington, DC credit card address. Vermonter doesn't go to the biggest city in the state. Yes, but the Ethan Allen service does. Thoughts on the Downeaster and Maine DOT basically saying it wasn't feasible to expand north. Well, they are expanding it north. Also, they are running a RDC service. I don't know if you heard about that. The only time I wouldn't drive is if the train took me from point to point quicker. I mean, yeah, that's most people. Most people will take... That's like the obvious thing. New Hampshire is New England's Florida, kind of. I would say New Hampshire is more of like the Idaho of New England. The Bud cars, yeah, I'm excited. When they start running that service fully, I'm gonna go up there and ride it because I really want to do a video on like rural DMU service. Indiana also prohibits the sale of alcohol in the morning before 12 p.m. on their Amtrak trains. I didn't know that. Huh. I guess when I bought a drink, I was in Ohio on the Lakeshore Limited, so I didn't think about that. I need to take the Lakeshore Limited again. I just need to go to Chicago again. I fucking love Chicago. Love all the friends there. I need to plan some meetups again too, because I've been meaning to do that. Do you have any idea when the Great River service will start up? I have no idea. Cobalt might know, because they're following a lot of Amtrak services and they're in chat right now. Oops. How fucked up is that looking? Oh, that looks fine. Do the trains have bells? Okay, I definitely heard a bell. Okay, I'm not insane. I'm coming to California. I'm coming to SoCal. I also need to visit the Pacific Northwest soon. I have a lot of friends up there. I've been telling them I need to visit. I need to yell at suburban or Seattle urbanists and tell them there's no reason to be doomer all the time. Empire Builder trip. Maybe. Empire Builder is usually very expensive. If anything, I'll fly out to Seattle and then like take the Coastal Starlight down to some of the other places south, or I'll go to San Francisco because I need to visit a bunch of people there, and then probably go up to Seattle. My neighborhood is already built, and there's even sidewalks, and people get mad at me for not wanting to walk inside the road, whatever. Yeah, no, like, obviously certain environments are not built best for walking outside. It just sucks that there's not better transit there. I think New Jersey is still one of the best, like, examples of, like, suburban transit done right. Because it's the only reason I can live car-free here in Philly, is that, like, I just take NJ Transit home to see my parents. Hey Alan, what's your favorite commuter train? Mine are the JRE 231 series. I'm not too familiar with some of the... if I saw a picture of them, I might know what you're talking about. I mean, if we're talking about an American passenger rail, I'm very biased to the Silverliner 4s because I think they're iconic, but otherwise I think like the MP54s, if we're talking about older stuff, is pretty good. We should be in Chicago, technically Elgin. I can take the train to Chicago. Yeah, no, I had a meetup last time I was in Chicago. It was very cool. We stuffed, our goal was to stuff a, whatchamacallit, a Skokie Swift train full of people. That was the idea. And we did. We stuffed a whole Skokie Swift train full of people. So I'm sure that Chicago's ridership statistics for that day were all fucked up. But that was the goal. Vermonter RDCs are XTRE units. Yes, they are. Well, technically they were rebuilt in Vermont. And that's been a whole thing. Somerville is actually nice, but it's expensive now. Yeah, that's true. Anyone know why public transit planning seems to be built around the idea of eternal summer? I don't know what you mean by that. Who made the pinned map? This guy on Twitter. Forgetting his name right now. Well, we can take a look at that map, actually, because I think it probably updated by now. Let me refresh my page. Where's the reporting numbers on this? Okay, let's go. Let's go. It's getting closer. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We got this. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's gonna... Oh, it's totally gonna happen. We're totally saving this shit. Let's go. Oh my god, 47%. Yeah, it's totally happening. Let's go. Let me get another fucking drink. Hold on. Go back into City Skylines, follow a bus while we're waiting. Or here, let's follow the pig. Follow that guy. All right, let me get a drink. Be right back. Bro, if we save this fucking, like, train line, I'm putting this on my resume. Successfully influenced an election. No, but knock it on wood, because we don't want to jinx it yet. What is the election for? So, if you look in the pinned link, basically, the city of Cincinnati owns a rail line, or at least owns the land for a rail line that goes from Cincinnati to Chattanooga. It's 330 miles long. It's pretty big. And the city is thinking of selling the rail line, or at least the land that it owns, to the railroad that they lease it to, Norfolk Southern. For many reasons, this is bad. But the railroad that wants to buy it is the one that caused the big explosion in East Palestine. So that should give you a little background. Nope, they win by simple majority, I think, in Cincinnati. So the vote for Cincinnati, yeah, to complete that thought, is to sell the rail line or keep the rail line. So if it's a no vote, if the no vote wins, that's what we want. I will be in Cincinnati next year, because the Strong Towns event will be held in Cincinnati next year, and I'm probably speaking again at that event. Because I got to speak at it last year, and that was kind of fun. Oh yeah, I'll have a Cincinnati meetup when I'm there. Hoping for a DC meetup. I might do a DC meetup this winter. DC meetup would be a good one to go to museums. Maybe like the Udvard Hazy Museum. Fucking love that museum. Yep, this is the same game I used in the Brightline video. I tried for 20 years to live car free, never worked, eventually got a car. Yeah, honestly, it's okay. Living car light is fine. It's just having to commute every single day or do every single task via car is the bad part. But owning a car is not a problem. It's just that, like, it's just having to do every single task via car. That's the problem. I love how it gives it retaining walls. That's kind of fun. That's an interesting bump right there. All right. Later chat. I don't know if you ever afford. Oh no, I will probably be in Paris or France at least next year. I am gonna go see visit Simply Railway or Thimbolt, his name is. The new buses on the SD Rapid lines are nice. Are for a tier are nice. I'll have to check them out. Huh. Yeah, these hills are pretty wild. This Pittsburgh hill. Well, maybe not as steep as a Pittsburgh hill, but still. This is kind of goofy. Retaining wall moment. Yell at Alstom while you're there. I yelled at Alstom in Pittsburgh. I have the middle finger picture. Didn't you ride the Norristown high-speed line with Simply Railway? Yes, I did. He was here in Philly. He very much approved of Philadelphia, or at least what I showed him. He was like, this exists in America? Like, as I'm taking him on like all the different regional rail lines. It's very funny. Never liked how these games treated hills. Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard because you got to make the game kind of easy to play, but at the same time, you got to make the topography like a thing. It's goofy. The mods fix this. Like, there's so many mods to fix these issues. Did you ride the Dinky with him? No, I didn't. But I rode the I rode the Norristown line, the regional rail line, and I rode the Norristown high speed line. So he'll eventually do videos on that, I think. What do you recommend for your first solo trip? Well, it depends where you live. It depends where you live in the country. If you live along the Northeast Corridor, I suggest the Keystone. It's a good day trip. Actually, let me save the game in case something goes wrong. Save. Resume. Alan, do you like the Bombardier multi-levels? Yes, I like them. I think that the door layout is kind of goofy because a lot of passengers don't realize that they can move forward to the forward door, and instead go to the middle door. Peak only services wild. Bostonian, you got so many trips transit haven. Yeah, it depends where you want to go for solo trip. I go to like I mean Worcestershire you can go to. Or like what's the one? What's the one north? Lowell? You go to Lowell, see the trolley up there. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Lowell? Well, see, Alstom is good with SNCF because SNCF is used to working with Alstom. Because, like, they work together to build stuff together. And that's kind of how it's always been. Like, if Alstom fucks something up, they just go to SNCF and be like, hey, this thing doesn't work. Can you adapt the infrastructure to work with this thing? Because we just need to tweak it somewhat. And SNCF will be like, sure, whatever. That's not how other countries work. Other countries like the United States, when we order a train, we're like, we need you to have it work with this infrastructure. And Alstom's like, any contractor's like, okay, we'll make it work with that infrastructure. But Alstom did not make it work with that infrastructure, even after they got the contract. Because so like, I wouldn't be mad if it's if Amtrak just like said to Alstom, build the thing and we don't care what happens, then fine. But Alstom knew what they were getting into. Any plans for a 3C plus D video? Been hoping for like, maybe. I need to do more Ohio videos in general. I want to go to Dayton. I want to go see the trolley buses in Dayton because I think it's a very unique thing. Why do you have trolley buses? Also, we can have them. Yeah, Dayton is so funny. Yeah, no, it's Dayton's the only city with the trolley bus mall deviation. This is true. I got to take it just for how goofy that is. How is our schools doing? Oh, they're doing fine. Maybe I'll build another elementary school. Let's see. You should go to Gary. I should. That would be very funny. Let's check the election again. Let's see. You refresh it. So, okay, we're at... Okay, so it hasn't updated yet. Still the same numbers. At least I think that's the same numbers. Yeah, Dubai is bad. But Dubai is bad in a different way that Gary is. Gary is legitimately not good, but that's also because, like, people left. It's frustrating. 67 reporting in. I don't know if this map is fully updated. Let me see. Oh, man, this gets close. Or where's the... This is the one we want. The Hamilton County. Frustrating. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It might still lose by just a little bit. Gotta hope. Gotta hope it for it. Pyongyang city trip win. Yeah. They have a cool metro. I mean, they have old German rolling stock. If you were made dictator of the Great Lakes states, at least in regards to transit, for the next 10 years, what would you immediately start doing? I'd immediately improve some of the... hold on. I would immediately improve some of the... Why did that go to that screen? No, go back to that screen. I think it's because I wasn't clicked out of it. What would I do? I don't know. I'd probably complete some... I mean, immediately train from Cleveland to Chicago. Like, why is there not more trains from Cleveland to Chicago? Like, just make more trains to all the regional hubs. That just makes sense. Let's see. Also, I'm probably going to have to wrap up soon, because I got to go help a friend with something. Electrify the Wolverine. Yes. Yeah, that would be the... that would be one of the main things to do. I mean, electrification just comes... In my opinion, getting the service running is more important than electrification, but the electrification is still important. But yeah. I don't know how late the election will go, but I do need to... we'll need to finish up in a sec. Supreme Chairman of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, what would you do? I mean, I would again, make a bunch of rail lines to all the smaller cities like Scranton, Binghamton, stuff like that. I would make the Empire Corridor high-speed rail. I would make The Pennsylvanian high-speed rail. Maybe change the right-of-way slightly, but excuse me. That would be roughly what I would do. 10 billion for Northeast Corridor improvements. That's not too much, but like I would mainly 4-track all the sections that are not 4-tracked with that 10 billion. That's what I would do. Yeah, Scranton's going to be getting a train. There's actually some documents that were coming out that are hopefully going to... The rail line for it is being worked on. So hopefully soon. All right. If only New York wasn't so important, so incompetent. Yeah, I want to see more skyscrapers. Well, unfortunately, I think I'll have to end the stream in a sec because I gotta go help a friend. But yeah, I'm gonna keep watching for the rest of the night. The election. Hopefully it comes close. Why does this game still want low density? Why I want I'm doing it just because like I think it's fun to fix a bad city, and we're creating a mediocre city, and then we'll fix it. But yeah, no, I'm gonna be watching the election for the rest of the night, and then I will be hopefully it stays within the city's ownership. It'd be so annoying if it doesn't. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for stopping by. I will definitely try to be doing another stream sometime this week because I just need to stream more in general, but we'll see. City Skylines is kind of fun, and I'm actually happy it's running this well because I didn't think that it would run this well with the stream running, which is nice. So yeah. But yeah, I will see y'all probably sometime later this week. I'll try to stream again. Otherwise, I'm working on a few different videos that y'all might like, including one about Amtrak rolling stock. So look out for that one, okay? Anyway, have a good night. Watch the rest of the election. I'll probably be tweeting about it, or I will yell about it on Discord if we do actually save it. So hopefully, knocking on wood. All right, have a good night.